you all already know, there is drama going on in the Bay Area. Draymond's getting suspended for disputes with KD, cryptic Instagram posts are everywhere, and the Warriors are beginning to fear that Durant is already planning on leaving when free agency hits. So with all of these question marks and dramatic conclusions that have yet to be revealed, it made me wonder, where are the best landing spots for Kevin Durant? Hi guys, my name is Johnny, and you should subscribe to my channel if you like NBA history and content like this. These are my choices for the best landing spots for Kevin Durant come free agency. Let me make this clear to start us off. Golden State is not on this list. I've been a firm believer for a while that Kevin Durant should leave the Warriors. And no, it's not just because I'm tired of the Warriors' reign and desperately want to see them split. KD needs to leave the Warriors for KD. It's in his best interest for his legacy and for the people who will view him in the long term. Kevin Durant could win 8 championships and 8 finals MVPs with the Warriors, and it wouldn't matter. People will still remember him as a snake and as a guy who couldn't win until he took the easy road, which is actually true. Remember LeBron winning championships in Miami? Sure, winning championships with other superstars of Miami helped LeBron's legacy, but it wasn't until he won a championship in Cleveland that his legacy really took off. He was a legend before that championship, but once he won it in Cleveland outside of the super team stigma, that's when the GOAT talks between him and MJ really started to heat up. That's exactly what KD needs. He won his championships with Golden State, but now it's time to go win one somewhere else and prove your naysayers wrong. It's the step that needs to be taken for him to take his legacy to the next level. We've seen this before with other legends who had something to prove. Kobe had to win a ring without Shaq. LeBron had to win a ring outside of Miami, and now KD has to win a ring outside of Golden State. So no, despite the fact that Durant could continue to win by remaining in Golden State, I don't think it's a good option for him. The Lakers are also not a good option. Sure, the idea of LeBron and KD on the same team would strike fear into their opponents, but Kevin Durant is already being perceived as a snake who takes the easy road. Leaving the stacked Warriors just to join this generation's best player in LeBron James would take KD's tarnished reputation and just make it incredibly worse. And despite the fact that New York is constantly being brought up, I don't have the Knicks on this list either. Because honestly, the move just wouldn't make sense to me. The Knicks haven't won a championship since the early 1970s, and they haven't been a serious title contender since the 1990s. When I think of the Knicks organization of late, I think of James Dolan, Phil Jackson, Carmelo Anthony, and Isaiah Thomas drama. Avoid that drama, Kevin Durant. As cool as it is to imagine resurrecting a historic franchise and being the man on a team who plays in the legendary Madison Square Garden, the reality is you're probably biting off more than you can chew with this perpetually struggling organization. Sure, Kristaps Porzingis is a talented big man and could be a solid teammate for you, but he has also had a history of injury issues in his young career, all as a lengthy 7'3" big man. That is a gigantic question mark that I would feel nervous about committing to. An upside is that the Knicks have room for 2 max players, but they've had cap space before and squandered it. Plus, many of the big-name free agents outside of Kevin Durant haven't been linked very often to New York. We know about Kawhi Leonard and Anthony Davis Los Angeles rumors, but the same can't be said about New York. The only way I would consider the Knicks if I was KD was if Kyrie Irving was joining me, but that is a huge if as well. So now that we've got the teams that he shouldn't join out of the way, let's get into the list. Number 3, the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm starting off hot by picking KD's old running mates. Sure, one could argue that Westbrook and KD already failed that project, but as far as I see it, Durant and Westbrook have only grown as players since their time apart. They also didn't have a committed Paul George as a solid third option for their first tenure together. With solid defenders on the team like Andre Roberson, a strong big man, and Steven Adams, and a new big 3 in OKC, there is no question in my mind that OKC would be the title favorites next season. The biggest question mark would be Russell Westbrook, who is now clearly the sole face of the franchise in Oklahoma City. Would he be open to Kevin Durant returning after he ran to their Golden State rivals and whooped up on the Thunder several times there? It would require a lengthy phone call at the least with Westbrook, but if he was all for it, it could be a golden opportunity for KD to repair his legacy while still being in a position to win championships. Number 2, the Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers would be a solid option. KD gets to be the man in Los Angeles in the same building that LeBron has already claimed kingship of. KD and LeBron both sharing Staples Center would spark the Los Angeles rivalry to levels we've never seen before, and KD beating LeBron in that rivalry would do wonders for Durant's legacy. The Clippers have plenty of money to sign stars alongside of Kevin Durant. With fellow superstars on the market next year, like Anthony Davis and Kawhi Leonard, who have already been linked to Los Angeles, it's very possible that Jerry West can build another super team quickly with the Clippers. Remember, it was in large part Jerry West, when he worked with Golden State, who convinced KD to ultimately sign with the Warriors. Now he just has to convince him to join again, this time down south in the City of Angels with the Clippers. Number 1. The San Antonio Spurs. This top pick might come as a bit of a surprise, but to me, the Spurs are a near perfect fit for Kevin Durant. The Spurs are the closest team to the Warriors in terms of ball movement and fluid team play, which is one of the things Durant valued most upon arriving in Golden State. The transition in many ways would be seamless for KD. If KD joins the Spurs, he becomes the man on a team that isn't quite considered a super team, but is still excellent. And then you have the opportunity to be knocking LeBron and the Lakers out of the playoffs in order for you to be winning championships in San Antonio. Also, if the Warriors win the championship this year, which we all expect them to, then LeBron would be at 3 rings and KD would be at 3 rings. KD winning on the Spurs would potentially entail him getting past LeBron and eliminating him from the playoffs, while simultaneously passing James in rings 4-3. I honestly can't think of a better thing for Durant's legacy. The San Antonio Spurs organization has always been competitive since Greg Popovich took over in the late 90s. The amazing thing about the Spurs organization is that by being a part of it, you have a chance to be part of a successful system and a winning organization without the narrative of being on a stacked super team that cruises to championships. Again, that's exactly what Kevin Durant's career needs at this point. One of the few downsides of KD joining San Antonio would be that Aldridge, DeMar DeRozan, and Kevin Durant are all mid-range players. But if any coach can make that group work and all that overlap work, it's Coach Greg Popovich. These are just my picks for Durant's best landing spots, but I would love to hear yours. Let me know in the comments section where you think Kevin Durant should sign this offseason.